My name is Hannah, and this is my beauty budget. Hey y'all, yay! I'm so excited to be filming this video. Two things before we start. Joe is back there playing video games, which he's never done before while I've been filming. So if you see his little head moving around on the couch or you hear his little fingers pressing the buttons, that's why. He might also get up and move around. It's fine. We live in an open concept loft. It's basically just a big studio apartment, so we're in amongst each other's business all the time. Secondly, speaking of our apartment, everything might be a little bit weird in terms of the framing or even the lights because I had to move all of my furniture off of this spot and then back onto this spot because I finally purchased a rug to go underneath my filming station. This rug isn't something that had to be covered by my official beauty budget because it's technically a joint houseware. Like Joe and I both agreed that it would be a good thing to buy. And I feel like it also kind of falls under my tools for work provision because it's underneath my workspace. This is basically my little home office right here. And the fear was that if I didn't get a rug, that eventually I would drop something precious and it would smash all over our concrete floors. So I knew that it was kind of a necessity. I went searching. I had a vision of a really thick, juicy, delicious, plush wool rug, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to find one for the amount of money that we had to spend, which wasn't very much when it comes to rugs. So I finally found this site called eCarpet Gallery after much searching. I think I linked to the site from an apartment therapy article, so I'll link that article and I'll also link eCarpet Gallery down below. I had an amazing experience with them. They have a function on their website where you can make an offer, and they sell antique rugs, essentially, one-of-a-kind handmade rugs. So I found the one that I wanted. I fell in love with it. It was the perfect dimensions, and I sent in an offer and they took my offer. So I got the rug that I had dreamed of for the amount that I had to spend, and I thought that was really cool. So I'll insert a picture of it right now. This video isn't sponsored in any way. I'm just really excited, and this is the first time I've filmed since I've installed the rug, so I wanted to tell you about it. So this video, you guys, is a collab with Samantha March. Samantha March. I'm kind of a Samantha March fangirl, and I don't want to miss anything in telling you what I love about her channel. So first of all, and perhaps most importantly, I watch Samantha almost every day of my life. She's like part of my daily routine. I find her videos incredibly comforting and familiar, and I'm just really, really honored that she wanted to do a collab with me. But there are two main points that I want to make about Samantha. Two things that really, really impress me. One is her community mindedness. She just really goes out of her way to support other people on this platform, to lend support. And I feel like she's sort of silently but very, very strongly using support and love and kind of mutual respect as a tool to push back against the kind of cattiness and backbiting and drama that can so often infect communities like ours. And I really respect her for that. She doesn't talk really actively about that. She's not on here being like, down with drama, up with mutual respect. She's just doing it. She's just walking the walk. And I think that is amazing, and I really respect that. I really look up to her for that, and I consider her to be kind of a mentor in that way. And then the other thing that I admire about Samantha is her work ethic. Y'all, it is extraordinary. This woman is extraordinary. I am also a writer, and I am also on YouTube, so I know how much work those two jobs take. It's draining in this really specific way, both to write, and Samantha writes novels, and to put yourself out there on the internet like this. And she does both of those things at such a high level of output. I can tell you that the sheer amount of work that Samantha puts into her jobs is remarkable, it is unusual, and it's something, again, that I really, really admire. I look up to her, I am inspired by her all the time. Now, I'm guessing that you're already subscribed to Samantha, but if you're not, do click through to the link that I will leave to her channel and to her video in the description box down below. The video that we decided to film together, that we decided to collaborate on, is about PR. And I have said that I am going to put out a number of videos about PR on my channel in the coming month or two, and this is one of them. So this one is about PR products, and I'm actually including some things that I've received as gifts that weren't necessarily sent by brands, but things that I didn't buy myself. PR products that we wouldn't buy ourselves for one reason or another. Not worth the money, not worth the hype. We're also going to do the other one, the video about things that we both would purchase that have come to us for free. That's going to be next week. And then I'm going to make a third video just in general about my relationship with PR. But that is for another day. Today's video is about PR that I wouldn't buy myself. There's some shockers in here. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. So when I ask myself, which of the things that I've received for free because of being on YouTube, because of being on this platform and doing this work, which of those things would I not have bought myself, or would I not buy myself? The answer is almost all of them. Last year, my no-buy year, I went a whole year only buying replacements for my skincare, my specific skincare categories. And now I'm on a very strict budget. I only end up buying 5 or 6 things a month, and that's across all my categories: makeup, skincare, clothing, and homewares. Pretty much in any case, the things that are out there that I want so much that I'm considering buying them with my budget, those things aren't being offered to me. They're not being sent to me in PR. So for this video, because I can't just talk about all of them, I'm not gonna just hold it up one by one and be like, I wouldn't buy this, I wouldn't buy this. I'm not gonna do that. So I decided to narrow it down by choosing a handful of things that I really love, that I'm really grateful to have, but that I wouldn't buy myself. I also tried to choose things that I have talked about a lot on my channel or demonstrated on my channel, and maybe to choose some things that you guys might be surprised by, like things that you know that I love or things that you have seen work really well for me. And in that spirit, I decided to start the video with the one that I think will be the most surprising to many of you, and also the one that actually sprang to mind immediately when I thought about the topic of this video. Like when I started chatting with Samantha and we were like, okay, let's do things that we've received for free but that we wouldn't buy ourselves, the first thing I thought of, my beloved 3 Natasha Denona palettes. Now, these palettes were not sent to me as PR. I wish that I could be receiving Natasha Denona PR, but that's just not the life I'm living over here. These 3 palettes were all gifts. The Star palette was a gift from my subscriber, Wendy. The Lila palette was a gift from my friend, Lauren, from the YouTube channel, Lauren Made Beauty. And the Gold palette was a Christmas gift from my sister. These are pretty much my favorites, my favorite palettes. I've said before that the Gold palette I think is probably my all-time favorite eyeshadow palette and my favorite eyeshadow palette in my collection, if not my favorite makeup item in my collection. And the Lila palette is kind of a close second. I mean, I'm starting to reach for it all the time. I really love those kind of like musky, duochrome, purple to red shifting shadows, and there are a bunch of those in here. And the Star palette I also cherish. I really, really, really love these. But I just know myself. I know how my budget is functioning right now. I know kind of what I consider to be the right amount to spend on one thing, given that my budget is $200 a month. And I just would not spend over $100 on one makeup item right now in my life. I just wouldn't. I reach for these constantly. I do find the textures and the colors to be incredibly satisfying and the textures to be very unique. But if I lost all 3 of them tomorrow, I wouldn't buy one of them. I wouldn't replace one of them. What I would do is I would probably buy a couple more JD Glow single shadows because they have that really intense, creamy, glittery, sort of semi-sheer duochrome texture. That's my favorite texture from Natasha Denona. It's sort of like pressed glitters. And I would probably pick up some ColourPop mattes to replace my most used mattes from these palettes. But that would work for me. That would be a good enough substitute, to be honest. They are uniquely amazing. And that's why I think it might be a surprise, because I'm always talking about how uniquely amazing some of these shadows are on my channel, and they are. They are uniquely amazing. But that's not a good enough reason for me to spend the $150, $120. I just feel like they're not so many times more amazing than all of the other eyeshadows in the world to make it worth spending that huge chunk of my budget. And I'm really glad I'm having the chance to talk about that and to talk about these, because I'm so glad that I have them. Like, best presents ever. I'm so glad that I have them. But part of why I love them so much is that they will always occupy that role of being things that I only have because I got them as gifts. Like, these are things that I couldn't, or that I would choose not to buy myself. So whenever I use them, I feel really, really, really lucky. And that just adds to their specialness and their value to me. All right, let's move on to some less dramatic, but hopefully still interesting stuff that I actually did receive in PR. So this I actually yanked from my empties. This is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Foreplay Moisturizing Shower Gel Cream. And in spite of hating the bottle, which I've talked about like 1,000 times on my channel, I just think that this bottle looks like it's for babies. Sorry, I don't know what that was. Anyway, in spite of hating the bottle, I really love the way this smells. I love how moisturizing it is, and I love using it as a bubble bath. I love having baths with this in the water. I just think it's a gorgeous product, the product that's inside this weird, like, balding rubber ducky bottle. Doesn't it look like a balding rubber ducky? I just find all of their products to be price prohibitive for their category. So the body wash to me is like way more money than I would want to spend on a body wash of this size. The body creams are like 2 or 3 times as much money as I think is right for me to be spending on a body cream right now if I were to buy a body cream. And I feel that way about everything in their whole line. So I'm choosing basically Sol de Janeiro like as a brand. It's a brand that I'm drawn to. It's a brand whose products I enjoy a lot. It's a brand that I actually am inclined to spring for every time I get the chance to receive it in PR. But I wouldn't buy anything from Sol de Janeiro. To me, it's just too expensive. Here's another one that falls kind of into that same category in that it has something to do with price to me. This is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and I received this in PR through Octoly. I like this product a lot. That's why I requested it from Octoly, because I've had smaller, I think I've even purchased maybe the small mini of this before. The small mini, Hannah, of course. It's small if it's a mini. I think I purchased the mini of this one time, or maybe I received it as part of a kit. I can't really remember. But I knew that I liked it. I knew that I liked it enough to definitely go through a whole bottle. And indeed, since it is sitting in my, at this point, rather well-populated primer drawer, I find myself reaching for it a lot. I feel like it's lotiony, but it's not so lotiony that it doesn't seem to work well with my skincare. So it feels moisturizing, but then it definitely provides a surface for makeup to stick to. It's also glowy, which I really love, but it's not so incredibly reflective that it like enlarges my pores. It's just a beautifully balanced illuminating primer, and I love the way that it smells. I honestly love everything about it. I just feel, and this may surprise some of you to hear me say this, I feel like it's too bougie for me. And it's not even that I wouldn't buy a bougie primer, because I have. This, I feel like it's souped up. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that it's bougie, because I'm not against buying a bougie primer, and I've been known to buy bougie things. You know I have. I just feel like it's souped up. I feel like it's a beautifully balanced and utilitarian product inside, but it doesn't feel luxury on the level of this glass packaging and the price tag and all of the hoopla that surrounds it just physically. And I feel like in this case, that's what you're paying for. Like, I feel like Becca could put the same primer in less luxury feeling packaging and charge a lot less for it. And in that case, it might be something that I would purchase again and again, because I feel like it could be utilitarian for me. But as it is being sold as like a very high-end and fancy primer in a really fancy bottle. And I'm not against glass packaging. I love the sustainability of glass packaging. Don't come for me. That's not what I'm saying. I hope that you guys get what I'm trying to say. I just feel like it's being dressed up and sold for a higher price tag than it's worth, even though I like the product. And for that reason, again, I'm happy to receive it in PR. I'm happy to use up the bottle, but I wouldn't buy it. Now here is an interesting pair of products. I really wanted to bring these up in this video because I recently raved about the Kevyn Aucoin Glass Glow Face Illuminator in my, what was it? It was my Reckoning. It was the overhead shot Reckoning that I recently posted, Reckoning with new products. And I talked about the Dewy Stick in that video because I said that I would not have purchased this, even though I was fascinated by it. I would not have taken the leap to buy it to try to find out if I wanted to use it or to optimistically buy it, because I historically don't like when things stay tacky on my face. So I had misgivings when it was released. I was so intrigued because I love Kevyn Aucoin. It's like right up my alley in every way. And I was like, ooh, I kind of want that. Then I was like, no, I don't like things that stay tacky on the face. However, I recently acquired the Ciate London Dewy Stick from Lauren as well, so this was also a gift. And I've been using it and I've been able to get over the tackiness. So my experience enjoying this product prompted me to request this one from Octoly, and I've also really been enjoying this product. That's what I said in my Reckoning. That was what I said when I said that I'm deciding to keep it and that I'm actually using it a lot. But I still wouldn't buy either of these things because I don't love the glass skin reflective wet cheek look that a face gloss gives enough to be okay enough with the tackiness to spend money on it. It's like a thing that I'm fine with doing and messing around with and sort of living my best life with, because part of what I'm doing up here is reviewing stuff and playing with it and feeling it out and responding to it. And so I'm happy to do that, and I'm actually enjoying doing that with these two products because they were given to me and sent to me for review purposes. So it's this weird in-between area where I'm like, yeah, I like it. I like them. They're well performing. They've both surprised me. I like both of them way more than I thought I would, but I still wouldn't buy either of them with my own money. All right, here's another whole category of product that I wouldn't buy. I feel like that category was sticky face glosses. I have two sticky face glosses that I love, even though I wouldn't buy one with my own money. And this category, these are two things that I really love and that I'm happy to have, but that I wouldn't buy with my own money, and those are Duochrome highlighters, like shifting highlighters. And it's because I have one that I did buy that I love, and I don't buy more of this type of thing when I already have one that I love. So the one that I love is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette, and it is in the color Pink Heart. I actually depotted that palette, and here it is right here. It looks white, it's right here, and I've hit significant pan on it, as you can see. It's a gorgeous shifting highlighter, like a, you know, it's like a pink to gold sort of shifting. You probably won't be able to see it. I have a feeling I'm kind of washed out in this video, so I'm not even going to try to like give you a good swatch of it. But you guys know, you all know about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild palette. You know about Pink Heart. It's the most natural highlight in that palette of 6. I depotted the others, and I only kept the purple one and Pink Heart, and I sent all the other ones to Nisa, and I think that one shattered in the mail. I don't know why I'm telling you the whole story of my Moonchild palette. So these are two similar, but not the same, highlighters to the one that I have in the Moonchild palette. This one is Vanilla Quartz by Becca, and this one is the Ofra and Nikki Tutorials collab in Cloud 9, which I haven't even reckoned with yet, but I know that I'm gonna keep it. I did use it in a tutorial. I actually demonstrated it in a Get Ready With Me or something. So they're not exactly the same. Vanilla Quartz is definitely more like champagne-y and shifting to like a lighter pink. And Cloud 9 of the 3 is the most rainbow iridescent type looking one. Whereas Pink Heart is a little bit more that sort of really pink glow. Cloud 9 is like, it almost maybe has some blue in it or something. So they're all three different. If one of them was a dupe for Pink Heart, like a true dupe, I probably wouldn't keep it. But I am happy to have both of these because I enjoy wearing them. They're beautiful, they're fun to reach for. I like how highlighting they are, on top of the fact that they have some intrigue because of that duochrome shifting thing. They're also both just beautiful highlights, very, very glowy. And so I love beautiful highlights, and I love these formulas. I'm very impressed by both of them. So they're great products, and I'm happy that I got them for free. But left to my own devices, I would not purchase either of these because the fact that I already own Pink Heart would stop me. All right, the last one, I made this list a couple of days ago, and since then, I'm starting to have misgivings about the last one on this list. It's two products. I recently received them in PR, and they are these two Yves Saint Laurent products. One is the Touche Éclat Radiant High Cover Concealer, and the other is the original Touche Éclat. And I swatched both of these. I gave really good close-up swatches of both of these in my reckoning. So I'll link that in the cards as well if I haven't already, so that you can see those if you're interested. I have the lightest shade in both of them, and they don't really match each other. The high cover one is like more yellow, and the original Touche Éclat is a little bit more pink. But I've been using them both nonstop since they arrived. I wanted to put them in this video because I raved about them in that reckoning. Just recently, I was like, I love both of these. I'm so impressed. I can't believe how much I love them, blah, 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 blah. And all of that is true. But I was going to originally say in this video, I wouldn't purchase these for two reasons. One is the price, and the other is the packaging. Now, the price is not quite the thing with these because they're $35, I believe, which is a lot, but it's not $65. You know what I mean? Like for me, for a concealer, because I tend to just have one or two at a time, if I can find one that's spot on, where the formula is like that perfect balance of being natural but also providing me with some brightening and some coverage, I'm willing to shell out a decent amount. I think that my Makeup Forever concealer, the one that I purchased specifically to replace my Shape Tape, that at that time it was my only concealer when I purchased it, I believe that it's at least $35. It might even be closer to $40. Could that be right? It's in the same ballpark. I mean, they're basically around the same price. So I know that I'm capable of spending this much on a concealer. It's not really the price. It's the packaging. It's the fact that there are these brushes. The amount that you pump out you have to use it, if that makes sense. It's not like where you can pull out the wand. It's sort of the equivalent of, with a regular concealer, the concealer where you pull out the doe foot. If you pulled out the doe foot and then you had to use the whole amount that was on that doe foot, that's kind of how it feels with this brush thingy. I mean, I don't think that it kind of goes back in. I don't know if it kind of sits in the brush. I feel like if it sits in the brush, then the next time you go to put it on, it's going to be a little dried out. I don't really jive with this packaging, but also, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to go through it quicker because of that packaging. And frequently I sit there and I'm like clicking it and it doesn't seem to be coming out. I click it and then I put it on my face and nothing swipes. I click it and then nothing swipes. And then I like click it and then it's like blah, 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 blah. I feel like I just pulled like a boob muscle or something. I'm getting all worked up. It's like an underarm muscle talking about these concealers. Okay, so I just pulled out my Makeup Forever Ultra HD, which is the concealer that I chose after a long search. I really, really do love this. It's a little more full coverage than these, and a little goes a long way, but if I sheer it out or tap it out, it can be very, very radiant and natural looking. It has 5 milliliters of product in it, and each of these only has 2.5. So even if they are roughly the same price to buy a single tube, these ones are actually each twice as costly. So they do cost twice as much as this one. So now it's getting to seem like they're a little bit more price prohibitive. So they're very pricey, they are a little bit annoying to use, and that's why they were originally going on this list of things that I was ecstatic to receive in PR and that I'm loving having, but that I wouldn't purchase myself. However, the past couple of days, knowing that I was gonna make this video, every time I use one of these, I'm like, would I not buy one? Like, really? Would I not buy one? Because they're so perfect. They're so elegant. They're so skin-like. I really like using the regular Touche Eclat when my skin's really in pretty good shape and I just want some slight lessening of the redness right here. And I like using the other one when I'm going for a slightly more robust makeup look, but it really isn't heavy or cakey at all. I really, really love the formula. It would hurt, it might seem unwise, but it could happen. It could maybe happen. That's how I'm feeling today. It could be that I wake up tomorrow and I'm like, Hannah, what were you talking about? You would never buy those expensive concealers. Time will tell. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Samantha, thank you so much for doing a collaboration with me. I know I've said it already at the beginning of this video, but I just think that you are doing some amazing work over there on your channel and over there in your whole life. And I just could not be more honored and excited that you even know who I am and that you wanted to do a collab with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't seen it already, I hope you guys will all click through and go watch Samantha's video about the things that she has received for free that she would not buy herself. I personally can't wait to watch it. I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I hope that you are remembering to take extra good care of yourself right now so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.